North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum has directed flags to fly at half-staff in honor of a Mercer County deputy to honor his memory, bravery, and legacy of service. Right now on your fast track to the top of the hour, the man suspected in the death of the sheriff's deputy scheduled for his first court appearance happening today. 42-year-old Ian Kramer is in jail on charges of manslaughter, reckless endangerment, and driving under suspension and fleeing. He's the son of North Dakota U.S. Senator Kevin Kramer. Ian was arrested Wednesday after the death of 53-year-old Mercer County Deputy Paul Martin, an 18-year veteran of that department. Martin lived in Beulah. He's survived by his wife and 3 children. Bella Craft tells us this morning how people are remembering his service to his community.
Faith O'Clair says she encountered Mercer County Sheriff's Deputy Paul Martin only a couple of times.
So I've been in his police car a few times.
But he made a big impression.
I wasn't very nice to him. So he was firm, but not in an angry way or an aggressive way, but firm.
The Beulah woman is now a recovered addict. She credits Deputy Martin with helping her get on the right track.
The day that I was arrested by him, he, I think, probably saved my life.
This is the town Mercer County Sheriff's Deputy Paul Martin lived in. Here in Beulah, the grief for the fallen officer is silent yet heavy. Though many people I spoke with weren't willing to go on camera, they say Deputy Martin and his family are on their minds. Deputy Martin was 53 years old and worked for the department for 18 years. He is survived by his wife and 3 children.
As far as I know, he was in the community for a long time, and it is kind of like losing a family member, like the knitted community, family member. It's pretty devastating.
The community honored Deputy Martin with a procession. They promised to never forget him and the work he did.
The North Dakota Highway Patrol says Martin was killed during a police chase of a stolen car out of Bismarck. Kramer was spotted in that vehicle 70 miles away in Hazen, but wouldn't pull over. Police say during a pursuit, the vehicle Kramer was driving veered and crashed head-on into an unoccupied sheriff's squad car. It was parked with its emergency lights activated. Now Martin was standing behind that patrol vehicle, getting ready to deploy stop sticks to end the chase when it was hit. The impact pushed that patrol vehicle into Martin, killing him. Senator Kramer issued an official statement late Wednesday night acknowledging his son's involvement in the deadly crash. He says Ian suffers from serious mental disorders, which cause paranoia as well as hallucinations. Time now for a look at our storm team forecast. On a First Alert Friday, we are in for big changes as we head into the weekend. Sending things on over to meteorologist Lisa Green this morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Yes, from 62-degree record-setting temperature in Fargo yesterday to talking about snow and wind and wintry weather here for today. First Alert Weather Day for your Friday and now into Saturday. It's looking likely we're going to have some impacts tomorrow too. So here's a look at the latest. We've got a winter weather advisory and that's for today and into tomorrow. All of North Dakota included in this, shaded in blue, and then many of our counties in Minnesota as well. If you're not in the advisory, it doesn't mean you won't see snow. We're just more likely to see a few more inches of snow in these places where we're under the advisory. Totals will range anywhere from very little in the southeast up to 4 inches, 5 inches maybe along the international border, and maybe a couple of isolated spots closer to that 6-inch mark. A reminder that temperatures are very warm still, so there may be initial melting going on as that snow is falling, so that could cut into our totals in some spots. And then on top of the snow, we're talking wind gusting by Saturday morning, by tomorrow morning in that 40 to 50 mile per hour range for some of us. So that combination where the snow is still falling will lead to some low visibility and issues with snow on the roads, leading to slick spots as well. So it's all coming up for us here, and it's starting up for some up along the international border. You can see Southern Valley is looking quieter. We have a light mix that's very isolated, but still seeing a little bit of rain or a little bit of snow along the northern border here this morning before the main event starts to move in. Here's a look at at our view in Fargo, you can see just kind of looking gray, a little murky, but quiet and warm. 42 degrees in Fargo right now. It's 32 in Grand Forks. I want to point out the wind too. It's varying because we have the low right over us. So there are areas where wind is a little bit lighter in the north, and then in the south for Fargo, Jamestown, we have steady speeds in the 20s, but gusts are getting into the 30s this morning. And then out at the bus stop, at least for Fargo, we're looking at temperatures that are pretty warm here today. Southern Valley, we're still in the warm sector, so we're talking about 40 degrees to start and about 40 degrees to end our school day today. It's later this afternoon and evening that we see that precip start up for the Fargo area. Again, a reminder, some of us, it's already beginning, so timing will depend on where you are, and you can always check for the latest on that on the VNL weather app. And a look at our 11-day planner. Again, first alert weather days for today and tomorrow. A high of only 28 on Saturday. That's still above average, but it is more than 30 degrees colder than where we were yesterday. So a huge difference. And then we quiet things down into next week and even warm up enough that we will see some of this snow that we pick up melt yet again.
From record-breaking heat to a winter storm.
Yes, that's where we are. Yesterday, I went out to get the mail in flip-flops. I think on Saturday, it's going to be snow boots.
Yeah, you're going to want those boots for sure. Thank you for the update this morning, Lisa. We appreciate it. 6:57 here on your Fast Track. Some of the Salvation Army's red kettles around the FM Metro have extra protection these days after thieves stole one from West Acres. The Red Kettle campaign brings in a large part of the Salvation Army's annual fundraising goal, $450,000 of a $950,000 annual budget. Major Abe Tamayo with the Salvation Army says the theft is upsetting, not only because of the loss of that money for the fundraiser specifically, but also he says they would have helped the person who took it if they needed assistance.
It's unfortunate that person felt a need to secure this money. The odds are that if they would come to us for help, we would give more value of service than they would receive in the cash that was in the kettle.
All kettles remain locked at all times, and the stolen kettle's lock wasn't broken, which leaves the Salvation Army questioning how it was stolen in the first place. Fargo police need your help finding the two suspects. If you recognize this man or woman on your screen, take a good look. Contact Fargo Police. For a closer look at the suspects in this photo, head on over to valleynewslive.com. A warning this morning about QR codes that you scan with your cell phones. The digital black and white squares store information, but the Federal Trade Commission says scammers are using those to hide harmful links to steal your personal information. So to protect yourself, the FTC suggests inspecting those link addresses closely to make sure that they aren't misspelled or they don't contain a switched out letter. You're urged not to scan QR codes that you weren't expecting to, especially when they're sent in emails and texts, urging quick action. That's the key. The new Moorhead High School is almost ready. School district officials say you at home can get a look at the new classrooms and commons area on Sunday, December 17th from 2 to 4 p.m. Then on Wednesday, December 27th, a big ceremony will be held to decommission the current Moorhead High School gym and commission the brand new one. Merchandise will also be available to help celebrate the district's 150th anniversary. A North Dakota family is donating $100,000 to the Fargo Library, all in honor of their late brother's birthday. Wenzel Dusick passed away in 2017. He was best known for either walking or biking to the Fargo Library nearly every day for more than 20 years. His two sisters, 92-year-old Stella and 95-year-old Georgia, made the big donation, all in honor of a man who they say loved books.
He was one that soaked up knowledge like a sponge.
The sisters also say he loved numbers and he was in charge of all of the family finances. An incredible story to leave you with. Thank you so much for joining us right here on the Valley today.